Astralis just benched Bro and surprised everyone with one of the most unpredictable moves in Counter-Strike history. They signed Cadian. For those that don't know or just don't remember, Cadian used to play with two of Astralis' current members, stavn and jabbi, on Heroic until they made a push to remove him, and at the same time signed new contracts with Astralis. This made a lot of people angry and has been widely regarded as a bad move. But with Astralis' recent struggles, a change was needed. 2024 has not been kind to them. They failed as the biggest Danish team in the world to qualify for the first Danish major in Copenhagen. They kicked their IGL, replaced him with Device, haven't found any success, and look like they might miss out on the perfect world major in Shanghai later this year. The real root cause of Astralis' issues is the regression of their 3-star players, Device, stavn, and jabbi. Ever since their transfer, the stabbi duo has come onto some sort of karmic justice where their performance has dropped off, and these former top 20 players are not playing up to their talent level. Device, understandably, hasn't been mechanically his best since switching to IGL, but even worse so, his T-side calling just doesn't seem to be up to par. Astralis, recognizing the writing on the wall, pushed for the necessary change to take Device off IGLing and replace him with someone with more Tier 1 IGL experience. However, Astralis also runs into the issue of being a nationalist team, meaning they want to sign only Danish players, leaving them with only two real options, Cadian and HooXi. A lot of the online discourse has people wondering why Astralis didn't pick up HooXi, considering the potential personal issues of signing Cadian, but I'm going to attempt to explain Astralis' reasoning here. First, you know what you're getting with HooXi. You know the style in which he likes to call, how he likes to play, but more importantly, you know how good of a player he is. To say he can't keep up mechanically at a tier 1 level is an understatement. Despite his calling ability, HooXi just hasn't been able to frag out as much as he has needed to. I'm not saying he needs to drop above a 1.0 or anything, but having the ability to hit a crazy shot or win a clutch can decide maps, if not tournaments. Secondly, Cadian is just a better player. He does have the ability to do all of those things, and we've seen it happen time and time again. So in Astralis' mind, they're thinking, we're probably already going to miss the major. If we take a chance on the guy with the higher ceiling, our gamble has better odds of paying off, and we might not only make the major, but maybe even the playoffs as well. And I don't even think they're wrong in this assessment. While on Heroic, Cadian, stavn, and jabbi elevated each other's games immensely, were the number 1 team in the world for a couple of months, and even made it to the major championship in Rio. But we do have to note the potential downsides of this transfer. Most obviously is how the trio will react to playing on the same team again. They don't have to all be friends and sing Kumbaya, but if they can't even make amends and figure out how to have chemistry again, this team will fail 100%. They also have somewhat of a choking issue. The stabbi duo are notorious group stage merchants, and on Heroic have lost in some pretty big upsets. Luckily though, Device is on this team, a man who has successfully beat the choking allegations in the past, so maybe some of that will rub off on them. And the final downside is Cadian rifling. I know I just said he was much better individually than HooXi, but that isn't the highest of bars. Cadian's IGLing on Heroic relied a lot on calling around himself with the op, so with him no longer operating the boomstick, his system will probably have to adapt and change. This may be a good thing though, as his system didn't translate to Liquid, so a change in philosophy and rosters may benefit him well. As for my personal thoughts on this transfer, I could probably be swayed either way about it, but I'm leaning towards it being a necessary gamble. I think it's a great move for Cadian, as it may be his last shot at IGLing in Tier 1, and it may help stavn and jabbi's individual form return to their peaks. It should also free up Device to be the star opera we all know he is. But I can't shake the feeling that bringing the band back together will just end in a disaster of monstrous proportions. I think we'll be able to tell a lot about this roster based on their body language in their next couple of matches. For the Shanghai RMRs, they have Blast Premier Fall Finals in IEM Rio, and if their body language, not their on-server performance, looks good, I can see them making waves at the major. However, if the cracks show early, I think Astralis should consider cutting their losses early into 2025. But what do y'all think? It's definitely one of the more unique and high-risk transfers I've seen, so I'm excited to see how it all plays out.